Last Man In Podcast, episode number 186. Cam, Matt, Dan. Greg missed out on treats of pizza. There, I said it. I was going to keep it a secret. You know what I didn't do? No!
What?
I didn't take a picture of it. I can't prove I ate it. I could show you the bill.
There's a piece.
There's still a piece.
There's a piece.
You're right. Okay, I'll take the one piece. I'll take it. I'm not going to eat it. I'm taking a picture of it. We got Choco Brownie, and they wouldn't put the message, "You did great, Nate," on it. That's on you, Dairy Queen. That's on you.
Yep.
Apparently, they don't do writing on treats of pizzas anymore. I mean, I understand it. It's a little upsetting. I wanted "You did great, Nate," and I gave her an explanation.
They just wouldn't do it?
They said the manager said it looked like crap and that they're going to stop doing writing on treats of pizzas. And I'm like, when I called in, I was like, I want it to look bad. Like, give it to the newest person you have.
You should have just been like, well, maybe you should train your staff better, and then hung up.
No, it was
That's what
it was in person because I put in the order.
Well, then you should have done that and then walked out.
Well, it was two young kids. They wanted to do it, but one of them was more stern-headed than the other. So
all right, well, hey. Maybe they were. Who's the arch rival of the Avalanche?
Who's the arch rival of the Avalanche? I don't know. Maybe Detroit back in the day.
Maybe they were Wings fans. They're like, no, we're not doing it. I don't know.
I told them an elaborate story about a friend on my hockey team who I didn't think he could score. As if Nathan McKinnon getting 54 points isn't good enough. I have to cover it up with a big, fake beer league guy scoring.
If he doubles 54, you should get another one.
If he doubles 54, I'll get a blizzard.
I'm pretty sure he's at like 70 something.
Oh, hold on, pause. I'm not committing to that bet yet. How much is he at real? We have an internet in front of us or a computer.
He was just injured, so he's probably only at 70 some.
Hold on, because usually
he had like 5 points the game he came back.
The league leader usually hits like 100 to 105.
There's a lot of guys that are going to hit at least 100 this year, I think.
Okay, well, 108 though. Hold on, I want to see what he's at before I commit.
He is at,
because I know what I'm doing. I'll get a blizzard cake next time, the gangster ones. Yeah. How many points are we at? I know. Is he behind Giroux?
Yeah, he's at 71.
I'll commit to that.
So he needs 37 points in
20 games.
20 games?
I'll commit to that.
I don't think that's happening.
I'll commit right now. I will get a blizzard cake, the big ones. Not just a treat, a blizzard. If he hits 108 points.
All right. You just got to get 2 points.
I'll give him the wash.
I'm not making bets.
I'll give him the wash.
I said I'm done.
I'll give him the wash and give him 2. So a 106. I'll do it.
How about if Blake Wheeler hits 100 points, you buy us a treat set?
No, that's not a chance. He's way too close to that for me to call that
He's 27 points in 18 games.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I saw? Okay, you know when Wheeler went on that tear of like 8 games, he had like 19 points? Yeah. So I'm watching the Minnesota Wild, like just the highlights, and it's like, ooh, this line's on fire. It was Eric Stahl, Jason Zucker, and Granlund. They all combined for 13 points in 7 games. How does that count as on fire?
Because it's Minnesota.
I know Stahl had. I'm pretty sure Stahl had 5 points the other night.
Well, apparently there's a writer not a writer. Bruce Boudreau, the coach of Minnesota, thinks if Eric Stahl played for Toronto, he'd be in the MVP argument.
No,
I think you could make that argument about a lot of guys, though.
Well, yeah, for sure. No, yeah. I mean, I understand it, but no. I'm on your side where it's like,
I don't know if he's
Eric
MVP.
Stahl. I mean, he's doing good right now for sure.
Like to me, like Wheeler, like to me, he's right now. If I was gonna pick the 3 finalists, I think he's in there. But again, he plays in Winnipeg, so does he get that recognition?
It also, I think, depends if Colorado makes the playoffs. Because if Colorado makes the playoffs, Nathan McKinnon has been just carrying that team.
Oh, I know.
For how many months now? Ever since they traded Duchesne.
I mean, Wheeler's getting the recognition in Canada now. Like even TSN's starting to be like the Wheeler for MVP thing. Like, but outside of Canada.
Well, like I was actually asked like what my top 3 for Hart and Vezina would be.
Yeah, fair enough.
And this is I was asked for 5. I'll just name the 3. 1 I put for Hart. Yeah. I put Kucherov. Yeah. 2 I put Malkin. 3 I put Vasilevsky.
Okay.
And then
that's interesting too because the goalie thing. Yeah.
And then for Vezina, 1 I put Vasilevsky, 2 I put Rene, notwithstanding his performance the other night. But
okay, well both goalies suck.
yeah. And then my 3rd is Hellebuck, so
that's fair.
It's fine.
I mean, to me the Hart Trophy. I mean, Kucherov probably the favorite. He's been leading the league in points the whole year.
But it's like value to your team again. Like which Kucherov is definitely up there. That's why Malkin's up there. That's why Wheeler should be up there.
I think Wheeler should be a finalist just because of, like you said, he's up there in points, but it's the value to your team, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, just what he did to go.
He played center for 2 months and he was over a point a game. while playing center.
His points per game actually went up when he went to center.
Yeah,
which is
and he was playing with a 19-year-old and a 20.
He was stuck under the alpha male that is Mark Scheifele. There's too many alpha males in this team. I'm telling you guys. First, they have Nick Patan. I mean, number one alpha male, top dog. And then they have the audacity to bring back Mark Scheifele after he got injured instead of trading him after Nick clearly said, you get his ass out of here right now.
This is what I deal with all day.
And then they have, and then Blake Wheeler. Are you kidding? And then Dustin Byfuglien. The only alpha male who's quiet is Connor Hellebuck, and I like it.
It's true.
He's kind of
unless he gets slashed in the face, then he's not.
Well, I mean, if I got slashed in the face, I wouldn't do nothing about it. I'm pretty sure I'd throw that helmet at the guy who slashed it. Hey! Take out the skates, Freddy Krueger, come on!
He had literally that was the calmest reaction to getting a stick broken over your face I've ever seen in my life. He just sat there. He's like, "Oh."
I think he more of it was like, wait, hold on, what happened? Oh, there's a broken stick that did happen.
Well, I think he thought he had the puck, so I think he was just trying to stay compact so that he didn't lose anything, lose the puck, and because they didn't blow the whistle when he got slashed in the face. So.
And when they did blow the whistle, he thought it was like, oh, good save. And then they're like, no, goal. And that's when he's like, are you kidding me? What?
This is interesting because I don't think I ever got to talk to you guys about that. I don't think I was on the podcast when that happened.
When the slash?
Yeah, I don't think I was.
I don't even.
Anyway,
was that only Greg and I?
It still baffles me how that's a goal. But there was a goal on Saturday, I think, in the Toronto game against Boston. It was in the last minute. And there's a bit of very minimal contact with Rask, and he got basically got his pad pushed out a little bit, and they scored, and they challenged it, and they reviewed it, and they said nope, it's a good goal. And then on the review after, Nick Kyprios, who, when Connor Hellebuck had a stick broken over his face, said, that's not goalie interference. That's not impeding a goaltender. This one, he's like, oh, that's 100% a missed call.
Well, it's not impeding a goaltender.
Yeah, okay, he was trying to go physically impede him by breaking his stick over his face, but he could have gave him a concussion. That's a little bit of an impediment, I would say.
Probably gave him a
concussion. I still think in the ruling that they came up with was that the puck would have been going in even if Neil had not slashed Hellebuck in the face.
Yeah.
But
at the end of the day, how do you not call the penalty?
But
that was ridiculous.
Bob McKenzie said, hey, you screwed up and you missed a slash in the face. Call it no goal because you can't review a penalty.
Save your
butt. You can recall the goal. So,
anyways, that was my 2 cents.
Oh yeah, no. So back to the alpha male situation in the room.
Okay.
No.
Hart trophies.
The Hart trophy.
It's interesting. I would put.
Who would be your 3? You don't have to do any order. I just put it in order because I'm asked to put it in.
Well, I think Kucherov's a favorite. I think Wheeler should be a nominee.
So he'd be in your 3. I just want 3 right now.
Yeah, and then to me it's a toss-up. I think Taylor Hall has a case. I think Bergeron has a case. I think McKinnon has a case. I don't know about Malkin. I haven't watched the Pens, so...
I made this was last week, too.
See, but with the Hart, you have importance to your team, but you have 2 Tampa Bay guys in your nominees. So how important are they really to the team?
One has to be more important
there.
than the other.
Exactly.
Well, if I'm taking,
away
one and take away
Vasilevsky's going to win the Vezina. So I mean, barring him having a slump and maybe Hellebuck, because honestly, Hellebuck's the only other guy to me that has a remote chance of winning it over him. And even then, I don't think he has a chance. I think he'll be runner-up.
I think it'd be flip of the coin of Vasilevsky's a clear cut. I think
you could put
close.
There's still 20
and then the other guy is Pecorine to me.
Well, I would have more so put Anderson for the Leafs because he's
4th on my list.
He's standing on his head for them. And
he's facing on average 43 shots a game for the year.
Yeah.
That means there's been way more than 43 on him in a game, and a scooch less. Are you 43? Damn, that's a lot of shots.
But honestly, though, right now because Cooch is out.
And they do factor injuries in too.
Bergeron's out, so I mean, if Wheeler wants to make hay in the scoring race and get his name in there.
Pump Detroit tomorrow.
Well, they are. I was going to say they are playing Detroit and then Carolina.
That's gonna say. Oh, and then they're going for the Metropolitan Tour next week. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
They get to go. I know on Saturday.
Oh, they do the Jersey,
Rangers. Pittsburgh, Rangers, Islanders, Flyers.
So they're playing every single team or what?
They've already played.
It's like a 5-game. It's a 5-game one. It's they're gone for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure the rest of their schedule. I'm pretty sure it goes 5 on the road, 6 at home, 6 on the road, 4 at home. It's really weird.
Well,
after
it's
a
a
10-game homestand.
After having 10 at home.
It's the longest road trip of the season. It's 6, as you said, 6 games. It's like just shy of 2 weeks.
Like they've got Carolina, they've got the Rangers, they've got Jersey.
So you mean teams who didn't do great on trade deadline day? Is that what you're saying? They may have gotten rid of a few pieces.
I don't think the Rangers did that bad. I mean, they did what they were gonna do.
That's true. Oh, do we want to go into it, or are we going to talk about Jets games at all?
No, it doesn't matter.
Wait, I did want to mention about that. First off, no surprise. Patrick Laine can continue to score in the state of Texas.
Have you seen his career stats against Dallas? It's stupid.
What, 15 games and 15 goals in what, like 5 games, something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I was watching
Every
some guy.
third game he gets a hat trick against him.
I was watching some guy on YouTube, and he was just like, "What the hell did they do to him? Who's sleeping with his girlfriend on Dallas? Because he hates them."
You know what?
He just rips.
Let's make a storyline for it right now. I'm gonna steer away from like the sleeping with the family. That's funny. I think maybe when he was younger, the first time he ever had like Texas cut toast or something, way back in little Finland town, wherever he's from, he went to go have it, and it was like cooked on the outside but frozen on the inside, and he chipped his tooth or something. And then he looked at it, he's like, "Mum," in Swedish or in Finnish tongue, "Mum, what kind of bread is this, Mummy?" He's British, apparently.
He's changing nationalities as.
Oh, it's Texas. It's big cut Texas garlic toast. Wow, say that twice. And he's like, "Oh, well, I don't enjoy this big cut Texas style toast. It's frozen on the inside, Mum." And she's like, "Well, Patrick," and then she threw the box at him, and she's like, "You'll never forget." And then he's like, "What?" And then he got kicked to his room because he didn't finish his food. And he never forgot. And now little Patrick has grown up, and he's making the state of Texas burn for it.
Can we just take a minute to appreciate that article he wrote like a month ago?
I haven't read it still. I tweeted it and everything.
He literally, in the article, he's like, "Yeah, I live with my mom. She cooks all my meals. I play video games all the time. Don't lie, you do it too." Literally, he's like, whatever.
Well, in the Stars game or in the Blues game where they won 4-0 there. In between the period, he scored like a throwaway goal, like it looked like a snipe, and then Dennis Beck's like, "Oh, Patrick, run us through that goal," and he's like, "I was tired, my head was down, I wanted to change," and he shot it and he scored, and they're like, "Come on, don't lie to me, like, come on, pump it up, Patrick, tell us something," and he's like, "I'm not a liar."
He's like the most laid back guy I've ever met.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Crazy,
yeah, well, he's definitely grown to me. Not that he didn't, or he was already fantastic.
I noticed this the other night in the Nashville game. Like he like flicks his wrist like when guys will like flick the puck up like out of the zone. He does that and it goes like 100 miles an hour over the net. Yeah. It's crazy. Like it's crazy how quick he can shoot the puck.
What's the whip in the stick too? Like if you're watching the stick flex, it's incredible.
Like he scored a goal against, I think it was Chicago a couple months ago, and he basically got the puck at center ice, skated over the blue line, and just wristed it on net. It was top corner in and out before the goalie even knew where it was.
Hold on, let's put a caveat on that.
Let's just remember that was Jeff Glass.
I'm just gonna say it was Jeff. Oh, there was a fantastic right shoulder, top bar down. Yeah,
like nobody does that.
And I think he did that like right before, like a period before too, where he came in and took a slap shot the first time, and it like hit the post and like fucking took out of the zone.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Anyways.
All right.
Do you want to talk about how many games?
The Preds game. Well, okay, they beat the Blues 4-0. They beat the Stars 5-3. And then they hosted the Predators the day after trade deadline.
Yeah, that was a good game.
So they did the Winnipeg.
The ending sucked, but it was a good game.
Yeah, well,
I'll take 7 games of it.
That was good.
The final score was 6-5. Roman Josi had 5 assists, which I did not know when I was there live.
I didn't know either. And then on the radio, they're like, he had 5 assists. I'm like, sweet, fantasy points.
Decent.
Made me a little happier.
So both teams debuted their new acquisitions from trade deadline.
Both had a pretty good
we could start with Winnipeg being... They got Paul Stastny from the
St. Louis Blues. Not available.
I was at work and I pulled my phone. I'm like, Winnipeg Jets to trade... What?
They traded not even a roster guy to get him. Sweet.
They literally traded a guy that no one had on any trade list. Like, no sports site had him even remotely being available.
Well, I think what happened was Stastny and Cheveldayoff bumped into each other a couple nights before. They went for wings, and he's like, and Cheveldayoff's like, "Man, it'd be sure nice to have you on our team." choose into wing.
Well, allegedly,
Drum. And then Paul's like, I'd waive my no trade clause. And then Chevy's like, excellent.
Allegedly, what happened is after the Jets beat the Blues Friday, the GM was like, okay.
It was their 6th straight loss, so yeah.
Apparently,
time to make a change.
Apparently, that's when he kind of got the wheels going in his head. He's like, well, can't beat that team. And then they lost to Nashville, and that was apparently the last straw. He's like, okay, we're done.
He actually called Chevy and was like, hey,
hey, do you want him?
I'm thinking about putting him on the market. Do you want him?
Because you never see a trade for a top 6 for a guy like that in division.
No, so the trade was Paul Stastny to the Winnipeg Jets with St. Louis retaining 50% of salary.
Yeah.
For a this year's Winnipeg's first rounder this year, a conditional 4th round next year, and forward prospect Eric Foley, who is in his 3rd year NCAA hockey. I forget what team he plays for. Providence. Do we know what the condition is? Personally, I think the condition is if Eric Foley signs.
Yes, if he signs with St. Louis, it's they get a
3rd at that point.
Sorry, if he doesn't sign with them, then they get a 4th.
Oh, and if he does
sign, then there's no 4th. It's just the
fair.
1st in him.
That's my assumption, only because with NCAA guys, you have to have
because he's I think he's done his eligibility at the end of the year. Right?
Yeah, he can walk it if they don't sign him by.
So he either signs with St. Louis or he can walk. He could even come back to the Jets and sign with them. I'm not saying he's going to. I'm just saying that would be funny.
Yeah.
Well,
and I mean,
I've heard contradicting things with him. Like I heard that he didn't want to sign here because there's such a logjam at forward.
Wow.
And I've also heard that he was preparing to come here and play some games in the playoffs for the Moose. So I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a really relatively low risk trade for the Jets. They don't need a 1st round pick. Like we said, there's such a logjam with I don't even know when he would have a crack at the roster. Especially if Vesalainen's going to come over and play for the Moose for the rest of the year, and they think he's going to make the team next year. Where's he going to fit in?
Yeah, and I mean, again, I don't want to keep harking on this subject, but when are we going to free Nick Petan?
I'm shocked that they made it to the deadline with him still on the team. I'm shocked. I thought for sure.
I thought he was going.
I thought for sure they'd just throw him in and be like, "Hey, just take him, please."
yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with him, but they're like, just give him a chance, let him fly.
You got to be
peacock.
Peacock, let him fly. Go out.
But hey, I mean, yeah, to me, it's a relatively low risk. I mean, is the price a little high? Probably, but if you want to look at what Nashville paid for Ryan Hartman, they basically paid the same price. And to me, that's a totally different level of player that the Jets got.
What did they pay for Ryan Hartman?
A 1st and a 4th, I think.
No, but the reason they paid more for Ryan Hartman is that he's not a rental. Like, he's a young kid.
I get
he's
that,
an RFA.
I
think he might have terms still, to be honest.
No, he's an RFA, but he's an RFA, so they can retain him pretty easily. And but I don't know, and maybe that's why they paid the 1st because
they probably
the odds of Paul Stastny being here next year are slim to none unless they can somehow Chevy can do his magic again.
Well, he'd have to take a sweet.
He'd have to take a $4 million contract
and a 1 year.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Because Liney's contract and Leo's contract coming up, they don't have to cap.
But the thing is, okay. Should we talk about the Brassard thing?
Well, we'll fill him in on the Nashville trade first.
Okay, sorry.
Ryan Hartman and a 5th to Nashville. Chicago got a 2018 1st-round pick. Forward Victor Edgedal? I don't know.
Okay.
And a 4th-round pick.
Okay.
And I see your point, whereas they can retain Hartman and they can keep him, but he's a bottom 6 forward at best.
He's a decent 3rd liner. That's all he's ever going to be.
To me, what the Jets gave up for Paul Stastny is a way better deal than what Nashville gave. I don't like what Nashville gave up. I don't think he's worth it. He could be an impact. Hey, he scored the game-winning goal Tuesday, right? So
he's a heartbreaker.
He is. But to me, for a 1 year, for this year, I think Paul Stastny gives the Jets a better chance to win the Stanley Cup than Ryan Hartman gives Nashville. Because I think Nashville already had a good chance. I don't think they acquired Hartman. I don't think he'd be the key. I don't think he really alters that much. But I think Stastny with the Jets, that's big.
Well, what Nashville did is they're looking at their lineup kind of what Pittsburgh did last year, where they went and got okay, we need this depth piece, we need this depth piece, we need this depth piece. They went out, they got a 3rd line right winger, which is what they needed. Yep. They went and got Mike Fisher back as a 4th line center, which is what they needed. They're literally just piecing together little parts.
And they were about to acquire Ellie Tolvanen. Like when his KHL season or his league's over, you're taking him over too.
They're just loading up. I mean, to me, they're the team to beat in the West.
How dare you put that evil on Vegas? You don't think Vegas is capable of scoring 7 goals?
I think Vegas could go far. I just don't know. I mean, they're an expansion team, right? So every day is another surprise for them. So to me, Nashville's a team to beat, but I think the Jets are right there with them.
Well, based off that game, 100%.
I think the Jets can beat Nashville in a 7-game series. It's not going to be easy, but I think they can do it.
I'd love to watch it.
I think that's a toss up for me, really.
Honestly, to me, whoever wins that series, that's your Stanley Cup winner. In my opinion, I know Tampa Bay is good.
Are we gonna? Okay, we'll cover Brassard first.
I'm just saying, to me, Winnipeg, Nashville, whoever wins that's your Stanley Cup winner.
And I'm not a fan
if they make it.
But
if they play each other,
they got to play each other in the second round.
They have to win the first round. Crap. Hey, and I'm still paranoid. I'm terrified that the Jets are going to play the Ducks again. I do not want that to happen.
Imagine if Kane ended up on the Ducks. Whoa,
that'd be fun. You know what? Sidebar: he'll be good in San Jose. He'll be good there.
He got 2 assists. First game.
But the Brassard thing's interesting because it came out after we talked about it last
the next day.
No, that night there was there were rumors that he was going to be gone within the next day. The Jets were going hard after him. Pittsburgh wanted him, but Pittsburgh couldn't afford him. And then it came out that
so we'll read out the trade here.
Yeah,
of what happened, and then we'll describe what we found out.
It's weird because it doesn't ever start going to Vegas at all, but I know he goes to Vegas for a second. But
okay,
Tobias Lindbergh goes to Pittsburgh from Vegas for Ryan Reeves and a 4th-round pick.
Okay,
and then Pittsburgh gets Derek Brassard, Vincent Dunn, and a 3rd-round pick, and they give up Ian Cole, Philip Gustafsson, who is a very good Swedish goalie prospect.
Apparently, he was the piece that tipped the trade.
Well, yeah, because they have nothing in the pipipeline.
And apparently Ottawa really wanted him.
2018 1st-round pick and a 2019 3rd-round pick.
And now...
And then
Vegas... And somehow at one point, Derek Brassard was in Vegas, and they took 40% of his cap.
He was never physically in Vegas, his rights were in Vegas.
Yeah.
So the NHL actually rejected the trade at first because it was too shifty for them, apparently.
Yeah, so then to seal the deal, they brought in Ryan Reeves, obviously.
And then it's interesting because the trade goes down. It was rumored that the Jets were the other team. It was Pittsburgh or Winnipeg. That's where he was going to go. And then it comes out after that, everyone's scratching their head with Vegas involvement. And then it comes out that Vegas essentially heard that, the Jets had a deal in place for Brassard because Pittsburgh couldn't afford him. And they basically were like, well, we don't want the Jets to get better, so trade him here first and we'll keep half his money. So that's interesting. You know what? Shady. It's a smart move. It pissed me off, but it's a smart move.
No, I said the same thing.
It's a smart move.
I can't believe they would actually do it, but I would have done it too.
And then all the info comes out after because Bob McKenzie said that the deal the Jets had was it wasn't necessarily better players, but there was more in the package the Jets offered. I think they offered Eric Comrie. I really do.
Especially if
they
Philip Gustafsson.
I think they offered their first. I think they offered Comrie, and then maybe Eric Foley, maybe Nick Patent. I don't know, but
it had to have been.
So then it comes out that
you can't have another.
The Jets offered more pieces, and then it comes out that Brassard had apparently agreed to waive his no trade to go to Winnipeg, and then before obviously the deal changed, and it's shady. It's shifty. But this goes back to my point with Stastny is that Brassard had another year left at $5 million. So if the Jets were prepared to take on that.
Maybe they
could probably work something out with Stastny, but they'd be right up against the cap. And I think Shetty would have to save money. He'd have to save money elsewhere.
You got to remember the cap's going up probably $5 million this year.
That's true. So they
but
could slide
the thing is how many of these bonuses are we handing out this year between Ehlers, Line A?
Apparently, almost $5 million worth of bonuses.
Oh, there you go. So there's the extra $5 million.
Patrick Laine hit his 30th and 31st, 29th, 30th, 31st goal against Dallas. With his 30th, he got another $500,000. So
it's crazy. It was a weekend of whirlwind emotions for me because I thought Brassard would have been perfect, and then he goes, and then you're looking and you're like, well, there's not really another good center on the market, and then there's the rumors that they still wanted Rick Nash, and I'm like, well, that's good, but where does he fit in? You're not going to put him on the 4th line.
And then Rick Nash got traded to
And then Nash goes to Boston. And then there's a rumor that Thomas Plekanec, the Jets are going after Thomas Plekanec. And I just sat there and shook my head. I was like, don't do
Actually,
it.
Fun fact about the Plekanec one. So he had no clauses on his contract, but as as a show of sign of respect, because they totally intend on signing him again in the offseason. Bergevin, good guy Bergevin, apparently he is a nice guy, as much as we say he isn't. Bergevin went to Thomas Plekanec and said, there's teams interested in you. Winnipeg apparently was one of them that had approached him. And Plekanec said, I don't want to go to the West because my family's going to stay here, so I want them to be able to like travel really soon. And so he ended up in Toronto. But what was the Rick Nash trade and what was the Plekanec trade?
Rick Nash was...
They gave up a lot.
Well, the thing is Ryan Spooner's in here. And is Rick Nash that much better than Ryan Spooner?
No,
a little bit more playoff experience, but...
That would be like the Jets giving up... Who would they give up?
It's a tough one.
Like, who's got like 20 to 30 points right now? That'd be like the Jets giving up Joel Armia and saying, okay, we're going to give you we're going to put Rick Nash there. And you're like, okay, he's a veteran, but is it really an upgrade?
It's more like a pro.
Or a pro.
For a Nash.
Yeah.
Which I don't see that being that big of an upgrade.
Like, how's that going to help
up.
you, right? Yeah, that was weird.
So what happened in this trade?
They're also giving up a first-round pick, half of Matt Bolesky's contract.
That's a good deal for them, I will say that.
Defense, Ryan Lindgren.
Okay, wait, so who's going where? I'm still confused.
Rick Nash is the only piece going to Boston.
Okay, and then what did New York get?
New York got a 2018 first-round pick, Ryan Spooner, Matt Bolesky, which I think Boston retained half his salary.
Thank God.
Defense, Ryan Lindgren, so that must be their prospect that they threw in, and a 7th-round pick.
Hey,
It's 5
and then
big
what
pieces.
did Plekanec? What did they? I know that somewhat the deal for Plekanec because I can break it down on as to why it happened.
Thomas Plekanec and Kyle Bond going to Toronto.
Oh, great grandson of Bobby Bond, the gentleman who scored in Game 6 in overtime to force a Game 7. In Game 6 in overtime, he broke his leg and he played on a broken leg, scored the OT, and then Leafs won the cup. I forget what year it was. Anyways,
in return, Montreal got forward Kirby Reichel, who would have never made it with Toronto because
that forward depth
he's been there for a while.
Yeah. And
defense, Renat Valiev, and a 2018 second-round pick.
So Renat Valiev, basically both guys, there was almost no chance that they were going to be making Toronto's roster.
Well, and if you're Montreal, it's not a bad deal because if Plekanec is going to come back, you're going to get your asset back, and you got something for him, right? Like that's you know.
Oh,
you don't see that happen very often, but.
Plekanec, I didn't even realize this because I watch Leafs games all the time, but I never thought about it. Lou Lamoriello, the no facial hair rule. Yeah. I watched his first game and they didn't know he was on the ice. I watched the highlights and they're like,
clean shave.
Oh, it's weird. It looks weird. It looks really weird.
Yeah. But looking at that deal, we got Stastny for a first, Eric Foley, and a conditional 4th.
Yeah. To me, the price the Jets pay wasn't even bad.
No,
compared to some of the deals.
Compared to that one, I think the Jets are laughing.
How do you think Vegas feels when, they block the Jets, and Chevy's like, all right, hold my beer. I'm going to go trade for somebody that no one even knows is available. Who arguably, to me, Brassard might be a bit of a better player, but the impact at center on the third line is about the same. Stastny, you saw him on Tuesday. He looked like he fit in pretty nicely.
That's what I think. I think Stastny fits better with Line and Ehlers.
And the nice thing too is I noticed on the power play, especially like him in front of Stastny in front of the net and down low.
Scheifele's going to score a lot of goals.
That's his office, and even tipping pucks and shooting pucks at weird angles. But it's going to draw defenders to him because he's dangerous there, and then Line is going to be wide open. So that power play, that's gonna be big.
It's gonna get an, and he plays penalty kill, which is very big.
Yeah, honestly,
is Winnipeg bad at penalty kill? Because it seems like every time I listen,
they're 6th in the league.
They're top 10. They've been having the last couple weeks. It hasn't been good.
But no Lowry and no Tanev is a big. But I don't even think Tanev's going to get in the lineup even when he becomes healthy.
Well, I think you take Hendricks out.
Welcome to the free club, Brandon.
You get Hendricks out, but once Lowry comes back as well, then Tanev's out.
Yeah, because you have to take Armia out to put Tanev in, and that's...
I wouldn't take Armia.
I would leave Armia in, then, switch in the playoffs if you need to, but...
The only switch I'm doing is Scheifele for Patan. You know me.
Oh, yeah. Totally. 100%.
You got, the alpha males, guys.
Yeah.
Team alpha male. Yeah. I want this storyline to continue. I hope Cheveldayoff stays the GM for the Jets for a while and McPhee stays. Because it's we have now found McPhee's Newman. It's Cheveldayoff. It's Cheveldayoff. I'm sure if he knew Stastny was available, he would have tried it. So, Vegas, what else did they do? Did they? I know they acquired Tatar. I don't know what it was for. I know it was a lot.
Arm and a leg. They gave up a lot for him.
Arms and legs.
I don't even need to
look at Vegas.
I know.
You've been there.
I have.
You walked past probably 5
Arms and legs grow back in Vegas.
Yeah.
I found it.
What's that called? When you cut the thing off? And
You-
3 heads grow back?
Yeah, the Hydra.
Hydra, there you go.
You in Vegas, you lose stuff all the time and you don't even realize it. So they're fine.
That's totally cool.
What
dude.
draft picks? We don't care.
Yeah, we have everyone else's draft picks. Go ahead.
Forward Thomas Tatar goes to Vegas for a 2018 first round pick, a 2019 second round pick, and a 2021 third round pick. Is that just because they don't have that many prospects to ship out, or ones that they feel they can get rid of?
They've drafted once. So
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
they're not touching their prospects.
I'm sure, they're probably much more comfortable just moving picks at this point.
In the next 2 years, it's more next year than this year. Vegas has something like 18 picks combined in the next 2 years. So that was their strong point. And it's like, hey, they found the perfect partner with Detroit for. I mean, they clearly are trying to hit the reset button or continue the rebuild per se.
Mm-hmm.
And Thomas Tatar, he has term on his contract, does he not?
Yeah, he's got
he's got 3 or 4 years.
There you go.
At like a $5 million.
And that's
cap
not
hit,
terrible. So you got a
terrible.
top line player.
Well, and they had to do something because the Jets did something and Nashville did something, and they had to.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
They have to keep pace. It's
I liked it. And I mentioned this in our group chat with Dan and Greg there. This is the first year we've done the podcast where every one of our teams made it like a more than just a baby move. Like like Jets made the biggest one, but I mean like Flyers, they made their move out of necessity. Like I don't think they would have made.
This is the first year that all 3 of our teams will probably make playoffs. Same time.
The only one that I'm still not confident. I know they're 9 points clear, but I'm still the Flyers, man. They always have a collapse. I know they had 10-game loss.
Usually right around this time of year.
It is. I'm waiting.
They had a 10-game winning streak last year. They didn't make.
There's
playoffs.
usually this is how it works. There's usually an injury, not so bad. They do okay, and then another injury, and then it's over. But right now they might be in the injury wave.
Imagine if Mrazek went down too.
Well, okay.
But you know what's
Newbert
honestly,
is out for 3 to 4 weeks. Elliott's out for another month, 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Simmons out for 3 weeks with alleged, they say upper body. He's a concussion for sure. There's no way it's not a concussion. Come on. But anyway, so if they're riding the wave and Mrazek is doing okay.
honestly though, I think Mrazek's the best goalie they have. Like he's better than Elliott. He's better than Newbert.
You know, the thing is, he's hot and cold.
How dare
He's
you
hot
say
and
that
cold,
about Mrazek or Newbert?
He's good enough that if you guys get in the playoffs, that's the guy I'd put in it.
Oh, he's
You know
fantastic.
who he is?
He's Ron
Steve
Hextall.
Mason 2.0.
No, he's not. Get out of
Hot
here.
and cold.
You're
Hot and cold.
hot and cold. Yeah, without the injury bug.
He's been injured like 3 times in the last
only
2 years.
Not Steve Mason.
And he also
injured.
is apparently a douche. So there you go.
Well, that was your opinion.
They left him exposed in the expansion draft.
Well,
Because apparently he
we
was
all
a douche.
fell in love with his youthful exuberance, as you've mentioned
In the
before,
World Juniors.
in the World Juniors.
That was good.
And hey, if there's any team to have a hothead goalie on it, why not the Flyers? Their GM used to be one, and he's doing pretty good as a GM right now.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to think he's doing okay. Are there any other big monster moves like trades or anything?
Well,
oh my goodness, Tampa, the Tampa New York one,
big one.
because New York is deciding they're like, all right, hey Lundqvist, you know how we said we were going to win a cup with you? Sorry, buddy. That's it.
If you're here till you're 45, we might get one.
Maybe though, no promises.
No,
So Tampa acquires
47 definitely.
Ryan McDonough and JT Miller. In return, the Rangers receive Vlad Nemesnikov, a 2018 first-round pick, a conditional 2019 second-round pick. I'll tell you the conditions after.
Yep.
Forward Brett Howden and defense Libor Hajek, who is supposedly next year will be in the Rangers lineup because he's that close.
So Tampa's all in. They were all in to begin with, but now they're definitely all in.
Yeah, the 2019 second-round conditional pick is if Tampa wins in the next 2 years, like wins the cup in the next 2 years, that becomes a 2019 first.
There's a pretty good chance to get that.
Exactly.
Because McDonough's got a couple of years left, right?
McDonough's
Yeah.
got 2 years left.
And Miller's got some time left too, right?
Yeah.
No, Miller's an RFA at the end of this year.
So they'll re-sign him. See, to me, it's bold because Nemestikov, he's having a good year for you. I get he's playing on your top line with two of the best players in the league, but
he's a multi-positional forward.
That was also a cap thing because he's got our rights after this year.
But that's, to me, that's still a bold move when you're the number one seed in the league and you dump one of your, it's a bold move because you don't know how it ripples down to affect your team.
Well, because
like that'd be like the Jets shipping out Kyle Connor, being like, "Yeah, you're playing well, but see ya." Like
it was to get to like a bigger piece of McDonough.
I know, and I think they'll be fine, but
I think the Jets are a better built team, like just up and down, like defensively, like Hedman's Hedman, so yeah, they're gonna be good. Now they have McDonough, so now it's kind of even out.
Yeah, because that works so well in New York.
Well, I saw someone say like, "Oh yeah, well the Tampa Bay Rangers because they have Callahan, McDonough, Girardi, JT Miller."
They used to have Brian Boyle. They moved on from him, but yeah.
Friend of the show, goalie guru there, Brian. He's a big Tampa fan, and he's like Tampa Bay. Live look into the Tampa Bay dressing room, and he sent me the Captain Morgan's commercial. Captain.
So, safe to say he didn't mind the trade.
Actually, I can read you what he said.
Stevie,
I don't know if he wants me to read it, but I'll read it. This is what he said.
Just Cole's notes.
Steve Yzerman has now traded for the Rangers captain twice in his tenure.
That's true, because Callahan too.
Callahan was the captain when he was there.
Okay, this is word for word what Brian what he messaged me. He said, "I hate what we gave up. Nemestikov is he's good and multi-positional. Hodgick is our best defensive prospect. Howden is a good prospect. We gave up lots of picks. I really don't know much about Miller. McDonough makes us stronger defensively, but at what cost?" And
McDonough takes him out of Carlson in the summer now. There's no way that's happening.
Well, back to Mr. McPhee and his ongoing new battle with Shoveldayoff as of today. Apparently, Vegas was in it till the last, the last 9 minutes.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, now that Carlson isn't getting traded, they're like, "Oh, we're open to trade extensions and everything."
We love each
and
other.
I'm like, "Shut up! Get the piss! You're just trying to get fans and seats now, and you both understand that."
He's gone before July 1. I guarantee you, before the draft, before the draft, he's gone.
I want one of those.
I just don't think Tampa Bay
Cup final game.
I just don't think Tampa Bay can afford him now. I mean, maybe he takes a cut to go there because obviously
Carlson.
That seems to be where
it's got to be Vegas. It's got to be Vegas.
I think Vegas has got a good shot.
They talked about this actually on TSN. They went through the quiz and they were saying what teams would you say? There was Bob McKenzie, Jeff O'Neill, Kevin Poulin. Kevin Poulin said, "I wouldn't mind seeing him go to, I believe it was Vegas." He said. McKenzie said New Jersey would be a pretty good fit because they have when Schneider's healthy.
They've got no.
By the way, he's on an AHL conditioning stint right now. If there's any AHL or if there's any New Jersey fans, who is there?
Albany, isn't it?
Albany. If you live in Albany, you should probably go see Corey Schneider. He's real good at hockey and at goalie and super good. But McKenzie, I believe he said Devils. Jeff O'Neill said the Edmonton Oilers. No, and he's like. Because if they could suck with Carlson and McDavid, I don't know what to do. There's nothing else left to do. If you could suck with those two guys, there's no hope.
It's true. I don't think there's any hope in how they can afford them.
No. Well, hey, I mean, don't forget about Dry.
That's the thing. If you trade Draisaitl for Carlson,
that's true.
Because they still have Nugent Hopkins, who is a capable second-line center.
All I'm gonna say is, for the love of God, if Nashville gets him, I'm done.
Dude, they're pretty good defensively.
I like him. And they want him. Of course they want him. Everybody wants him, but they don't need him.
No, but they want him, and what's scary about it is they're willing to make the moves, and they can make space to make it happen, which is even scarier.
What's his next deal going to be? 10 million, 12 million?
God, you don't even go to him if you're not handing him double digits in a year. Come on. I know he's not doing great this year, but the entire franchise isn't doing great this year. So.
And how much, how invested is he really?
Oh, well,
they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm sure he's not busting his ass.
Look at all the management are leaving, and that's a management who originally drafted him.
If I had that if I played for a team with that owner, I'd be out of there too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He is a bit of an idiot.
He's a big idiot, old idiot. I'd come at me, Melnick. I don't care. I'll give you $250 for your Uber, bastard.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
Oh no! Hold on. That was confirmed a false.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you tell the story.
There was a report that there was a game in January against St. Louis where apparently Melnick went into the locker room at second intermission to try and rev the guys up, and apparently some of the guys were just really down, and apparently Carlson he turned to Carlson. He's like, "Oh, you think you're hot shit? You can't even pay me back for the Uber that you borrowed like $250 for." And that was the rumor that he like called him out for not paying him back for an Uber. and they're like, yeah. After that happened, Carlson's like, well, screw this.
Okay, I know.
I didn't hear it was false though.
Like Jeff Merrick and all the hockey insiders proved that was a myth. But I just want to add on to this story. Dan, you've been to New York before, right? Yeah. Did you take an Uber when you were there?
No,
or have you ever been in an Uber?
Vegas from the airport to the hotel, and it was honestly the easiest thing we've done in my life.
How much was it?
Cheaper than a cab. It was $15.
15. Okay.
For a 20-minute drive.
Okay, in New York, I went from Central Park to Lady Liberty, like the tour. That's pretty far.
That's pretty far.
That was $35.
That's not bad.
What kind of Uber?
That's not bad
is
at all.
$250 in Ottawa? Oh, right. There's one road in, one road out to the arena.
Well, the arena is 200 miles outside
the
city.
Wait. So. It was in... Yeah.
I don't know if it actually...
It's far. It's not close, apparently.
Well,
actually, Brian was just there. I should ask him.
But,
this was in St. Louis?
I don't know. It was just the rumor.
What, did he keep the car running the entire time? Oh, it's been a confirmed false.
Yeah.
I just looking into it.
But I just read that. I'm like, well, and honestly, I believed it because I'm like, well, they had an outdoor game, and the whole time they interviewed him, he's just like, well, if the fans don't come, we're gonna move. I'm like,
Instead of
you're supposed to be celebrating your team. This is a big weekend. You're like, nope. You know what? We're gonna move.
Hey, you know what? The city's a dump.
He was right in his comments because like. If he's not making money, why
but
would he
that's not the right time
exactly.
to do it.
Worst possible time.
That'd be like at the Heritage game if Chevy's like, you know what? We should just go back to Atlanta. That's basically what he should. That's basically the same thing.
This Winnipeg shtick is done.
I had more fun being a GM in the AHL.
Yeah.
Come on.
What are you doing? I like how you even talked out of the side of your mouth. Like you probably didn't even notice it, but Chevy does that. Oh, it's fantastic. Are we missing any bigger trades or anything?
Yeah.
Well, Vander Kane, how they basically
that's just what I was
going to
say.
Nothing for him. They got a second-round pick.
Well, what are you going to get for Vander Kane? Come on.
Well, you figure if Paul Stastny, you figure if Ryan Hartman gets you a first,
it's Ryan Hartman.
Vander Kane probably should get you a first.
How dare you? Ryan Hartman's a heartbreaker.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm surprised if like Nashville didn't go in on Kane if that's all they had to give up.
Or
to
like Dallas or someone, just like be like, oh, we'll give you a second-round pick.
Well, did the Hartman deal happen before the Kane deal?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's why they didn't know when it was. They didn't make the proper calls.
Apparently, they only had one offer on Kane, like one serious offer, and it was San Jose one.
It's a conditional 2019 first-round pick. So the condition is it's only a first-round pick if he resigns.
If he doesn't, it's only a second.
Yeah.
Okay, and
conditional 2020 fourth-round pick. Don't know what that is. And forward Danny O'Regan.
So you figure
what is that?
So you figure Evander Kane goes to San Jose. Doesn't sign. So I'm going to test the market. Buffalo got a second round pick for him. When they gave up a first round pick, Tyler Myers, Drew Stafford, Joel Armia, Brendan Lemieux to get him, and they walk away with a second round pick. Potentially a first round pick, but probably a second round pick. I don't think Kane's. I think Kane goes to market.
Dan, I think Buffalo won that trade because, as I mentioned to Matt earlier today, the point of trades is to get rid of all the assets for nothing as fast as possible.
Well, then they did that for sure.
They ousted Winnipeg in that one. Good job, buddies. When all of those guys, even the draft pick, which was Jack Brozovic.
The Jets are suffering now because all those guys are taking up roster spots.
Their current roster losers,
bunch
guys,
of losers,
bunch of bums. Oh, what? Are we missing any trades?
Just the Devils bringing in Grabner and Maroon.
Oh, do you have Maroon's comments?
I do not have Maroon's comments.
Oh my goodness! Did you watch that interview?
It was hard to watch. He seemed really sad.
No, but did you like the context of it? They were like, he's like, well, yeah, I'm going to New Jersey, but I fully intend on Saturday. He basically said, I fully intend on coming back to Edmonton, and I'm like, you can't say that. You're not a part of their team anymore.
I think it's good moves for Jersey. I mean, they're probably going to be a playoff team, so why not bulk up a little bit?
That's true.
A third round pick and a prospect for him, like that's fine. They were tossing around that like first round pick for him, and I like that. I don't think that ever would have happened. Yeah.
Oh God. No.
You know.
Patty Maroon's numbers have been pumped up by Getzlaf, Perry, and now McDavid.
Grabner
will get you at least 4 or 5 empty net goals, so it's fine.
What's wrong with empty net?
He leads the league in empty net goals. He has like 8 or something.
Who's this?
Grabner.
Oh, really?
He has 8 empty net goals.
Tells you he's a penalty killer.
Well, and that's what they said. They said obviously the coach trusts you enough to be out there at the end of the game. So
yeah. Well, that rule
you can spin it any way you want. He's got 8 empty net goals. So
that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Although Patrick Laine had 2 hat tricks with the third goal being in the empty net. So
hat tricks count though.
They still count.
Hat trick, yeah, that's where
okay.
I lift the rule. Hat tricks, no matter. I don't care how it goes in. Oh, do you guys see Brandon Manning's goal on?
That was.
Who did he score it on?
It was.
Did it go off the glass and go
Yeah,
in?
it was so. It was the only goal Brandon Manning knows how to score. Which
That
is
happens
awful.
once a year to somebody.
Who was it? Because it was like, oh, this is.
Ottawa. It was
Ottawa?
Craig Anderson.
Yeah, because it's like this is like the breakdown of what Ottawa season's been, and it literally, tunk, and just right into the net.
And like if you're just a casual, we're not casual, but like if you're a casual fan, you're like, oh, good for that guy. If you're a real fan, you're like, of course, Brandon Manning scored that one. Of course, it's all he knows how to do.
Hey, they all count.
I do. Oh, Jimmy made some nice moves. I like what Jimmy did with Vancouver because he acquired Brandon Leipzig for what? What was that trade? Brandon Leipzig
down at the bottom.
Philip Holm. Oh, but
I mean, the Vanek deal I think was a bust for them. I mean, they
got no draft picks.
They got a prospect. Okay, they got UC Oaken, who's not going to be there at the end.
But Tyler Mott is.
Well,
yeah, it's a good one.
I guess
he wasn't going to get that. He wasn't getting that much of a shot. And who was it? Columbus. He was in.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think that's a great deal.
And
the Jets also made another move. They got Joe Morrow from Montreal.
Oh, for a fourth rounder.
So just depth D.
He's current Logan Stanley. He got drafted because he was big. People thought he was going to be good.
He's not that big.
Bigger, but he's slow.
He's bigger than Toby.
He's not that great. Well,
Toby's
my size.
You know
of course it's easy to be bigger than Toby.
You know
I'm
what?
not an NHL.
He looked a hell of a lot better than Tyler Myers and Kulikov the other night because those guys sucked.
I don't think he was jacked
They
up.
single-handedly lost the game.
They had a really rough night.
They were on for pretty much every goal. And that last goal, they left him wide open.
Well, hold on. He was wide open, but who expects a guy to get on one knee and like hand literally on the blade?
That's a pretty easy goal in the NHL.
Well, I guess.
To give up with a minute to go in a
NHL.
game when you're up by 2. I'm just saying, that was...
Was anyone keeping tally on Josie?
They kind of...
Because like the moment he'd hit 3 assists, I'd be like, all right,
I knew he had a couple, but yeah.
Like just be his shadow.
When they announced 5, I'm like, oh, wow.
I didn't know it. Yeah, we were at the game. I didn't notice at all. Like, whatsoever, how many assists he had.
Hartnell needs to, like, chill his old man temper a little bit. I know he's old and slow, but just because you get a penalty, don't freak out.
When did...
It's like a hooking penalty. He, like, ran at Ehlers. I'm like, you hooked him, you dummy. And then in the third period, he tried to like grab Laine and drag him down, and Laine shook him off, and he got hit in the face, and he's like going to the bench. He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, geez, dude, like, calm down. You might win the Stanley Cup this year.
Might.
Sit on the bench.
He's been close once.
What happened with PK and Scheifele? I didn't see what happened. I saw PK take a couple runs at guys, and then I saw the ref put his hand up, and then I saw Scheifele drop his gloves and go like this to punch him, and then he's like, "Ugh, you didn't drop your gloves. I want to hit you."
I was
PK
crowd standing, so I also missed it.
Did
Matt,
PK
you
just
watched
take a
the
run
game
at him
on
or what?
TV?
It looked like after PK took a couple runs at guys.
Like I could see him taking runs at guys. I'm like, well.
Scheifele came in, gave him a little bit of a hit, so PK kind of pushed him, and Scheifele gave him just a little bit of a slash on the legs.
Yeah.
So PK came and gave him a big two-hand on the back of the legs.
Thanks, NHL, because we all know the NHL gave PK the okay to swing at hands. Mark Stone, you broke his hand in the playoffs, and
He
there
got
wasn't even
suspended
a
for that one, didn't he?
No, there was not a penalty for anything.
penalty,
Because I remember that we were doing the podcast then too, and we were like, "How does that not?"
I just love the replay because Scheifele drops his gloves and he cocks his fist and he's ready to like punch him, and then PK doesn't do anything. And Scheifele's like, "Urgh!" And you can just tell he's like, "I want to hit you.
I would get you."
Yeah.
We were talking about that day too, Matt and I, about how has Scheifele had a fight?
No, he hasn't. I looked it up.
He's had a couple scrums. There was one game when a couple of years ago. He ran somebody over at center ice. I think they were playing the Kings.
It was the Kings.
He just totally like ran
It was
somebody
either
over.
to Foley or Pearson who he runs over, and then
And
Carter jumps in.
and
And
then
like,
he-
no,
and-
Carter, no,
yeah.
don't hurt him.
And then he made the mistake where he stands over him like, "Urgh!" And then he got jumped by like 4 guys.
But
I don't know.
he's never had a fighting major because I looked it up after.
Let's put it this
just
way:
to see.
Scheifele can get a little angry. We know PK's not the most stand-up guy in the world, so what do you expect?
He donated $10 million for Children's Hospital. What more
He's
stand-up?
also tough when there's 4 referees in front of him.
What more stand-up do you need? And I was texting Matt.
Great guy off the ice. Piece of shit on.
No
the ice.
need.
If he was
There's
on my
no
team,
need
I'd
to
love
throw.
him. If he was on my team, I'd love him. But
There's no need to throw punches in the league
I'd
anymore.
love Brad Marchand if he was on my team. He's
Probably.
a piece of shit on
I
Boston.
love all of these guys, and they're not on my team.
there's actually a funny moment. It was during one of the TV timeouts where the guys were all at the bench and Scheifele was right here and PK was like there, and they were just yapping at each other. And Wheeler was behind Scheifele. And he was just kind of looking at him. and you just see standing there, and he goes with his stick, and he like hooks around Scheifele's waist, and he pulls Scheifele like behind him, and he just goes with a PK, and he like pushes him away with his stick. He's like, no.
I did not see that.
Basically, he's just like, okay, guys, cut it out.
The same TV or the one where I don't know if it's the same TV timeout. It was a TV timeout where everyone thought there was going to be like a penalty. Oh,
it was a Hartnell one.
Yeah,
he went down. I'm like, dude, you grabbed onto him.
Well, then they went to the TV.
He did throw a good elbow. Laine caught him with the elbow.
Well, yeah, but the height difference is going to make it like Laine's 6'5". Like,
well, he literally was just trying to shrug him off. Like he was just trying to do this because he was literally grabbing onto him.
Yeah.
So he just tried to shrug him off and like caught him clean in the chin.
I forgot Hartnell played for them. I totally forgot they got him in the offseason.
Yeah, and then they got him last.
So where does Fisher fit in? Like, I guess
fourth line center
depth.
So who comes out?
Injury depth.
Yarcroc.
No,
would you
goddamn chance.
That's what they were saying. Yarcroc's the one that's coming out.
That's what they're doing?
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
would take Hartnell and just put Fisher on the wing.
Put Fisher in the box. Cares. Give him his ring. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
We know why he's there. He wants that ring. That's it.
Yeah.
He's had enough of Carrie. He's had enough of Carrie and her shit.
I don't know about that.
He's been home with her for 6 months now. He's tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Tide Pod challenge.
She fell a couple months ago. She like fell and broke her wrist, and apparently like messed her face up really good, and had to get like some like surgery done.
That's when you decided to start working out again.
And then she has. It's just a coincidence that she hasn't done anything musically in like 4 or 5 months. Now it's like, oh, Mike Fisher's making a comeback. I'm like, huh.
Well, we know she makes way. I think she makes in a year what he made in his career. So.
Probably.
I mean, she's awesome, but yeah,
she settled for him.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, let's not bring up the term.
The Lord
are you
brought them
kidding
together
me?
because they're both very Christian.
Who's that?
Fisher.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they met.
How awesome would it be?
What happens.
How awesome would it be? Just get this: Nashville plays Winnipeg in playoffs. Come to Winnipeg.
Well, it's gonna happen second round.
Carrie Underwood, she's here because she'll go to the games and playoffs. She's here.
Nobody bring a black Cadillac.
Chris Jericho shows up on the Titantron. Hey, Carrie, you know what happens when you cheer for Nashville? You should put her on the list.
Oh, yeah. Dude, by the way, we're at the game. So Chris Jericho cuts a promo on pretty much every team.
They had him film a bunch of like little snippets like at some point that they play during the games.
It was when he was here for his stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
It had to have been.
I've only seen 2 where there's actually a guy cheering for the other team. Like there was one at the Avs game. But what was it? It was a guy like in a national.
Go, Preds, go! And I'm like, this is weird. And then you just see, like, get out of here.
Jericho walks up. He's like, Jets are better than Predators because they fly into them and they explode, right?
Go, Jets, go! Go! And I was like, what just happened? What? I was the best. I started giggling ridiculous.
It was just a look at. He's like, Jets fly into them and they explode, right? And then he's kind of like awkward pause. He's like, go, Jets, go.
They explode Predators. They kill and murder.
Jeez. It's a bit of a logic flaw because the jet would also explode.
Yeah, for sure.
I just saw that. I'm like, oh, that's good.
Classic Jericho.
That's good.
Oh, that's awesome. But back to, they're actually going to put Fisher in over Yarncroc. Callie Yarncroc.
I can't see him playing every.
Why?
I can't see him playing every game though.
Don't do it. Period. What are you doing?
Did they give him the C too?
No.
That's
That's get out of here.
It's been Yossi's team for a couple of years now.
I'm surprised he didn't get in trouble because he retired once. So there's probably extra paperwork to do that.
Yeah, but Kobe's coming back. So I mean, if he can come back, anybody can come back.
True. Oh, speaking of like guys who got signed and like bigger guys, Chris Kelly got signed by the Ducks and Giunta got signed by the Bruins. So for like the Olympic efforts, obviously it helped out a bit. So that's not so bad.
Apparently they had deals with like the Bruins had a deal with Giunta beforehand, but he's just wanted to be in the Olympics. Is apparently what I heard.
Oh, because he didn't have a great Olympic.
No, he didn't.
That's since then. Canada lost to Germany.
What the hell happened?
And then they won the bronze over
Czech Republic.
Over Czech Republic. Germany held the lead.
They were with 56 seconds away from winning a gold medal.
I was watching this at Smitty's, and it was so exciting until Russia scored.
Yeah.
And dashed my dreams.
I wanted Germany to win. That would.
Nikita Gusev
fantastic.
chops a puck, tight angle, scores on goalie for Germany. Don't know. Going to overtime, and Germany won. I lied. Russia won. Kirill Kaprizov scored the overtime winner. Gold medal overtime winner. Jets fans will know him in 3 years when his KHL contract is up. Because he signed a 2-year deal at the start of this year, and it doesn't kick in until next year.
Who's this?
Kirill Kaprizov. Because Minnesota's pissed about it.
Oh, really?
Well, one of their best prospects. and he signs a 2-year deal with the KHL. But it's because it's dirty Russian money. No offense, Russia, but how the team was made up of only 3 guys, 3 teams in the KHL, and there's like 18 of them. There's probably less than that, but I'd be.
What'd you do? Who got
I don't even know who I'd compare to for Jets. Go ahead.
Do you know who got the best defenseman for the Olympics?
The best defenseman?
Best defenseman in the Olympics.
Oh, the award.
The award.
Am I guessing?
Just guess. You can beat women and still win awards.
Oh, Voinov. Really?
Yeah.
What a chunk of crap. As if.
Well, who else would it go to? He was a great defenseman in the NHL.
I was going to guess that it would be Anton Belov, but I didn't watch any games, so.
Yeah, I really didn't see a lot of it. You know what, Germany, hey.
You did good.
Nobody
and
saw
Marco
that
Sturm showed everyone he's going to be an NHL coach one day, for sure.
Is he the coach?
He's the coach of Germany.
Interesting.
They're pretty good. Are we missing any major trades, or we've covered everything at this point?
That was basic. There were some minor ones.
The Senators flipped Cole for not a lot, second round or something to Columbus.
Flames picked up Chris Stewart on waivers.
Oh, okay. Fly Guys picked up Johnny O.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Depth move.
Not bad.
That tells
Serving
me
up pizzas in the playoffs.
Yeah. That tells me they're not calling up Travis Sanheim, which is kind of depressing because I thought he was ready.
The Islanders didn't do they shipped Chimera out to Anaheim because Anaheim needed to get tougher.
They didn't need to do anything.
Well, but they brought in Wagner, who I think is a way better player than
let me rephrase.
right now.
Anaheim is not tough. They got meaner. They're not tough.
There you go. Did you see what the news broke about an hour and a half ago at this point about Seattle?
25,000 season ticket deposits in half an hour.
Yeah, 10,000 in the first 700.
And Bettman came out and said that if the expansion draft, whenever it does happen, it's the same rules.
Fantastic.
They're not going to change it.
Matt was upset about this when he heard this news because what does that mean, Matt?
That's Jack.
In who? Jack Rouse. It's in 2 years.
But there'll be a lockout in 2 years. It'll probably be in 3 years.
We'll find in 3 years the rules
but
are still applying.
I also think the GMs are going to push or the owners and the GMs are going to push to have expansion draft protection clauses in contracts, kind of how they have no trade clauses.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of GMs that think Vegas got too much.
But I like
Which
it
still
like that.
baffles me because they didn't even take the best players. They literally could have taken better players than they did.
Yeah, maybe they'll take the better player and not Jack Rouse.
I took a better team on paper
Nick
in NHL 18 with them, and they
miss
suck.
You, Jack.
What's that?
I took a team on paper in NHL 18 for Vegas, and they suck.
You tell me they're not closing in on 90 points?
I signed Kevin Shattenkirk. I signed Joe Thornton. Because UFAs, you could just grab them.
How much did you pay Thornton, if you don't mind telling me?
Like 5.5 or 6.
Oh, and he took it.
Yeah, he took it. I offered him one. He's like, nah, I don't want to play for you. And he's like, but if you offer me a bit more money, I might. And I'm like, fine. My team sucks. I'll do it. I'm already at the cap, and it's year 1.
You're in some trouble.
I don't play past year 1, so it's fine.
No, never do. I never do either. Go undefeated.
I sacrificed draft picks.
That's fair.
It's gone. But
I do not.
Did you guys see that Vancouver is going to host the 2019 NHL draft?
Yes. To coincide with their 50th anniversary.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
You know what's going to be awesome? When players get drafted and vowels aren't going to be on the board.
You know what's funny?
Because Jimmy's going to be
too
hoarding them in his office.
Jimmy had a press conference on TSN trade deadline day.
Yeah,
First time I've heard Jimmy speak.
Same.
Your impression's not that far off.
You know what? Actually, that's lie. I've heard him talk a few times before, but not like the extent.
It's not that far off.
No, I know. Yeah, it's something. It's something for sure.
Say that.
What was I going to say? Ovi became the all-time games leader for the Capitals. Like, he's played 984 games for them.
Very nice.
So we're going to hit 1,000 this year, so that's not so bad. Oh, we did have signing. Patrick Hornqvist signed a 5-year extension, $5.3 million average, which is kind of
a little high, maybe.
Though,
but...
Yeah, right. Like, give him less years and pay him 5.5.
Especially for Pittsburgh, because they're already cap strapped. So
yeah. Oh, Josh Bailey signed 6 years, $30 million, so $5 million per. Not so bad.
That's going to seem really bad when Tavares leaves.
That was my next question.
They literally signed him to appease Tavares, and they did nothing else at the deadline, and they're not going to make playoffs. I don't think they're going to.
Well, McLennan was saying he's not like if they don't make playoffs, he's not going to.
He'll walk, yeah.
But he's not confirmed on that or anything. But like he doesn't think. Why would he? they're
of course.
like
But where's
they
he
didn't
go?
shore up their defense. They didn't shore up their goaltending, which is the two things they need to shore up because their offense is ridiculously good with Barzal.
Where does he
And
go?
Tavares there.
Tavares?
San Jose.
What?
Yeah, they apparently want him.
To go to San Jose.
Well, with Thornton is only signed a 1-year deal, so take out Thornton, bring in Tavares. That's still a dangerous team.
Yeah.
That's just
I
top
think-
of my head. That's
And
what
then bring in
came.
Evander Kane and keep him.
No, I think they'll let him walk.
Probably let him walk.
I think Vegas will go after him because they have the cap space.
I don't know.
Vegas. What
I
if
don't-
they got Carlson?
I can't see
and-
any Canadian
And
teams.
Tavares.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I can't see any Canadian teams going. I mean, like the two
Well,
best.
Montreal is apparently going to push hard.
Well,
for him,
Montreal could. Would
Well,
he go
hey,
there?
they're gonna have a great draft pick this year too because they shut down Weber for the season and Price has a concussion.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
But I mean, like theoretically, like if he wanted to go to a team that's going to win, I mean, Winnipeg probably can't afford him. Don't have a room for him. Toronto probably can't afford him.
no.
I know they're not paying a lot to their guys. Like Toronto haven't even gotten all their guys off their entry level deals, and they're already at the salary cap. How that's going to work,
Who's this?
Toronto. I'm
Toronto?
fascinated to know. I mean, I get that like JVR, Kadri, those guys will probably be gone.
But you got to think Matthews is going to go in there and go, well, McDavid makes 12.5.
Yeah,
I'm as good as McDavid.
yeah.
I think what he's gonna do is he doesn't even need to say anything. He's gonna walk in.
They have $3 million in cap space.
But that's also with they have.
That's after the long term injury reserve guys.
Oh really?
They're at $80 million with those guys.
Whoa.
They're $3 million under with that
Damn.
LTIR. Now Van Riemsdyk's up this year. He'll be gone.
That's what 5.5.
Yeah, something like that.
Bozak's probably.
Bozak,
5.
but they're gonna have to mortgage like not half their team, but a bunch of their pretty decent forwards to
Be able to make it work.
unless they dump one of their dump Marner or Nylander and try and get a solid defenseman.
But you're getting a solid defenseman. They're going to cost just as
Well,
much
and
as
that's the problem,
those
too,
two
right?
kids.
Yeah, so Bozak, Komarov, and Van Riemsdyk are all UFAs. So you figure those guys are gone.
Yeah,
Kadri's signed for a long time.
it's actually a pretty decent contract
4.5,
for Kadri.
but they've got Marlowe for 2 more years at 6.5. Matt Martin at 2 more years, 2.5.
What I would do if I was Matthews in that contract negotiation, I would live stream my walk from my apartment to the office and just count out loud the amount of things I see with my face on it.
The nice thing though,
And I guarantee it hits double digits before he leaves the city block he lives on.
the nice thing though is that Marner is not having a great year, so they can probably get him at a bit of a discount. That's to what you might have had to pay him last year.
Do you bridge any of them?
I think you could bridge Marner. Nylander,
I think you could have bridged Nylander before this year.
I think Nylander will get it like an Ehlers deal.
Yeah.
6.5.
Thank you, Nick.
But I think Marner you can bridge and say, we'll give you that, but
He's leading the team in points.
is he?
Yep. 56.
He
I
must
think
be
now.
pretty hot because he was.
He's been smoking lately. Like, I think he's had...
Ever since they put him on the line with Kadri and Marlowe, I
Marlowe,
think it
yeah,
is.
Because he was
Marquette
under
had
10
been-
goals
they've
like
been
a month ago or
cruising.
something.
Oh, it's weird when you put him with not fourth liners, Babcock. What the fuck?
You had to learn
Pardon
the
my
defensive
language.
aspect of
That's
the
dumb.
game.
That is stupid.
You
I
have
hate
to
that.
learn it.
No, it's not.
Ehlers had to play with Thorburn at
Yeah,
one
Ehlers
point.
did. You didn't put Scheifele. Did Scheifele ever once touch the ice with Thorburn? Ever?
Probably his
Yeah.
first year.
Really?
Then he played on the third line.
The
his
ice
first
is
year.
lava when Thorburn's on the ice. You get him away from him.
Hey, Thorburn on waivers, eh? I think
Good. Glad.
think he's-
Enjoy. Good riddance, Joe. Wait, what was his name? Chris.
Joe Thorburn.
I'm out there,
His
guys.
brother, Joe.
What are we looking up
Is
here?
he a rabbi
I'll
as
wrap
well?
her up.
I'm just looking up the Leaf stats. I didn't realize he had that many.
Poyle, 1 win away from becoming NHL's winningest GM.
He's been there since day one. So
Yeah.
we can literally say he's been there forever.
How long have they been in the league? 20 years? Gotta be. Close.
Didn't they come in at the same time as Thrash? Nope. Before that. 99. 20 years? Yeah.
20 years next year.
Yep.
Damn.
There you go, 20 years.
That's
Not
crazy.
so bad. All right, we'll go into Falling for Dolan. If you hear the intro, I fixed my computer and I got it.
I've fallen. I've fallen.
Rasmus Dahlin gör 1-0 för Frölunda.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
27th, Montreal. 28th, Vancouver. 29th, Ottawa, soon to be not Ottawa. 30th, Buffalo. 31st, Arizona. Surprised they didn't make a move at the deadline either. Okay.
Well, apparently Domi was on the block of all guys.
So I will closing question, words. First I'll start with Matt. But the question is, one winner, one loser. You can't say Winnipeg for the winner. Because
Trade deadline?
Trade deadline.
So we can't pick the winner as the winner. That's what you're
Yeah,
telling me.
because
No,
they
you can't
obviously
be
won.
biased. We know it's Jets fan club. We know you're going to pick Jets. So
Okay, who would you pick?
for winner,
If you could pick anybody.
this is going to sound really weird. Really weird. New York Rangers. Why? They traded away their assets and maximized what they got. Like they got pieces for their. Then all of the guys that they got are going to be on the team next year if they're already not playing for the current team right now. Like they didn't get better, but what they set out to do, they set their goal of they wanted prospects and picks, and I thought they crushed it. Prospects and picks.
Fair enough. So your winner is Rangers?
My winners Rangers, my losers is Calgary. They should have done more than the Chris Stewart pickup.
Well, they should have went out and got a goalie because
They
apparently Mike Smith, the severity where they said it was only going to be like a day-to-day thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's probably going to be done for the season, is what they're saying now.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I'm a
who's
Calgary fan. Like I like Calgary.
make a move.
Who's their
Yeah.
backup?
Mike Riddich or something. Is it Mike? Might not be Mike.
I couldn't tell you. John Gillies has
There
been
goes-
playing too, so
Yeah.
I mean rookie, but
So I can't pick the Jets as a winner.
you can't pick that. They're a universal winner. We talked about them for the last.
I
40
thought that
minutes.
was personally. I thought that was the best trade.
Okay, but who's second? That's what I'm getting at. Because
I'll
I
say-
know you guys are going to pick.
I'll
Jets.
say Sharks because I think they got Kane for basically nothing.
Okay, and loser.
So I can't pick more than one.
Sure, you can pick a division if you want.
Ottawa.
Okay,
They compared to what they could have done, and they did. Not that organization. That's a tire fire of an organization.
and Tire Fire returns to the podcast. Courtesy of Dan. Welcome back, baby. We missed you.
I think St. Louis is a loser because that just your GM basically just said, "Well, throw in the towel, boys."
Yeah.
Even though you're in a playoff spot right now.
Braden Shen, you see what he said?
Yeah.
He's like 1 or 2 points out, and he goes and pulls a move like this, and he's like, "Well, I guess we know where he stands." At.
Loser,
Something
say
like
the players for the Blues because they just got shafted by their own GM.
that. Okay,
It's a toss up between those two teams for me.
okay. Winner,
Winner.
Matt.
New Jersey Devils. Quietly made some big moves to get some big wingers in there. Not big, but
Grabner and Maroon.
Grabner
I can't wait till their line
Didn't
mates.
give up a whole lot, so that's okay. And then losers, I'll probably say Arizona because they didn't do anything. Like anything.
Another team in Dallas. I'm
Nothing
surprised
at
they
all.
did nothing.
Why would they
Nothing at
need to do anything? As long as they don't play Winnipeg in the playoffs, they'll be totally fine.
Well, to me, like we always look at Dallas as they've got so much firepower, but like I've watched them play the Jets 3 times. They can't beat the Jets straight up. They just try and hurt them because they can't beat them, and they can't even do that very well.
Well, I love how he Patrick Nemeth went after Scheifele 3 times, and he's like, "No, just go right back after you guys. I don't care."
Yeah.
And he was actually throwing his body around that game, which is surprising for me because he's not usually.
Which I mean, hey, I
physical.
mean, and obviously they realize they have to play physical, but to me,
Scheif-
I don't know. I still don't think they're. I know their defensive numbers this year are way better, but I still don't think they're a great defense. They don't scare me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They don't scare me.
That's fair.
Who, Dallas?
Yes. They don't scare me.
They're too top heavy when it comes to their forwards. Like after you get past that first line of Sagan, Ben, and Radulov.
Yeah.
What do you have? Like Spetz is too old to really do much, and Hansel is he's injured for 40 games of the season, so he's every year it's the same thing with him.
Anton Roussell's a bum.
Yeah.
I like how Scheifele in games against Dallas, because I've seen it a couple times, he can take the night off because he knows that he's like, well, Patrick's here. Don't worry about it. I got that sweet little save in my back pocket.
Little
there.
trump card of Patrick Laine going to score
Patrick
2 or 3
Laine,
goals.
little Patrick Laine having a vendetta against big Texas cut toast.
So who's your Stanley Cup? If you had to pick 3 Stanley Cup favorites right now after the deadline,
Okay, actually, I'm going to go a little farther and say Cam's team chaos can happen this playoffs. Let me walk you through it.
okay.
Go through the West first. Jets, Minnesota. I'll pick Minnesota, but Jets are going to win. Jets, Nashville. I'll pick Nashville. I'd like Nashville to win. But in this scenario, Winnipeg wins conference final. Other team coming? Vegas. In the East. Philly? gets home ice. They need home ice against Pittsburgh. They can't line match Pittsburgh.
I'll watch every game if that happens.
I hope you would. It's very enjoyable. Philly takes Pittsburgh, then takes Washington, and then meets Toronto in the Eastern Conference Final. So all 4 teams who I like watching play hockey,
Final 4.
it's a win-win-win-win-win. 4-way win.
So Toronto's going to go through Boston and Tampa.
With that defense.
Like,
it's
and
team
I'm not-
chaos. I don't say
Okay.
it's not perfect. I mean,
Okay.
It's a stretch.
it's a
just
stretch,
wondering.
but it's a possibility this year.
No, it's definitely a possibility. Like, Toronto's still a good
I mean,
team,
it's
but their
slim.
defense is just, it's not as...
I don't think they have the D to handle
To
Boston.
pick-
And they can get by Boston, but not Tampa.
Okay, cup favorites.
I think they have a better chance to get to Tampa than Boston, actually.
Cup favorites in this order.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. Let's hold on, Nashville.
You gotta pick.
I guess I'll pick Tampa.
Number
Tampa, Nashville, and then I hate to say it, but it's probably Winnipeg. Not gonna lie, unless someone comes out of nowhere.
1. No, I'd probably agree.
I'd like to
I
say
think
Philly,
we're all going to
but-
agree with that because it's...
I would
hard
agree
not
with you,
to.
and I agree with you in that order. I think
Yeah.
4 and. Okay,
But see, I'm not even
so
sold
who's
on
your
Nashville.
4? So who's your 4 then?
Who's my 4? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Do 4-5. We're just going to do 5 because...
Who 4-5? Just make it a 5 count.
Just make it a 5 count because everyone had the same 3.
Fine. Boston. Boston out of the East, and I'll take another West team. West, I'd like for them to attempt to go on another run, but it's going to be impossible via Vegas. But I'll do Sharks.
Okay.
I should say Flyers, but come on.
I think
Come
you can't,
on, guys.
I think you can't count out Pittsburgh.
No, I'm not counting them out, but as
No,
of right now,
I'm saying, like-
from what I've seen,
Like my forward would be the Pens, just
Yeah.
because it's the Pens.
yeah.
Don't do this to me. Don't pick the same team I'm going to pick because you already took my pens that I was going to pick.
Do I have to pick a West team? Like I don't.
You don't have to
You
pick.
can pick
I'm
whoever you
trying to
want.
spread them out.
Honestly, in my mind, there's 3 teams I think have a really good chance, and that's Winnipeg, Nashville, Tampa. Other than that, I don't really think anyone else has a like. Obviously,
Boston
it could
and
happen,
Pittsburgh are the only other
but
two I can see.
Boston, like in the West, like who else? Like I'm not sold on Vegas. It could happen, but I'm just not.
Yeah, no, same, and that's how I feel
I'm
about
not
like.
sold.
Apart from those 3, which pretty much unanimously everyone agrees on, those I don't know.
Whoever comes
I
out of
don't
the
see a
Central
si-
is taking that.
I don't see a
Conference.
Cinderella. I don't see a Cinderella
I
this
think
year.
whoever
There's no
survives
storylines.
between Nashville and Winnipeg, that's your Stanley Cup at least finalist in the West.
But really, who would have thought of Ottawa making it to the conference finals last year? Like,
Dan.
no. You thought they were going to have a good season. Did you really think conference
No.
finals? Yeah, exactly.
No,
I
but when they
love
made
this.
playoffs, he had to stick to his guns.
And
He's like, I don't believe in these guns, but I stick to them. Okay, I have to.
I'm shooting blanks.
I'm shooting blanks, but I'm shooting. That's what counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been episode 186, Last Minute Podcast. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you can email us at lastminutepc@gmail.com. Comment below on our YouTube. There's actually going to be a title this time, Greg. Thanks, buddy. Pal.
Where did he label it?
There
as?
was just a picture, and then the last 10 seconds, the title popped up. For the last 10 seconds of the entire thing.
Greg.
And then you can contact us at Twitter at lastminutepc. And then other than that, I'll see you later. I'll see you at another time. Have a good evening.